Hey guys, I'm Rob, this is Pixel Lab, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing great. So today our first commemorative item for Zelda's 35th anniversary came out, and it just so happens to be the new Game and Watch. Yes, it is another Game and Watch like we had with Mario's 35th anniversary, but this one however is the Zelda edition. And I did pick mine up this morning. I picked it up at EB Games and unfortunately I could only pre-order one. So I only have one at the moment, but I am waiting on another shipment that I did order earlier this month. So hopefully that comes in the next 2 days or so. Because I am one of those people where I like to open one and play and fidget with one of them. And also have one sealed and mint in box in the collection. So now, first things first, taking a look at the front of the box, it is very similar to the Mario one, except obviously with the Zelda green color scheme and all that kind of stuff, which is quite cool. And flipping it towards the back, we actually do get 3 games on here. And they are the original Legend of Zelda, Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link, and The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening that we got back in the day on the Game Boy. And obviously we do have the Game & Watch version, which is Vermin here, whilst the Mario one was Bowl. This one is Vermin, but this one did get changed up a little bit to feature Link instead of some just general looking character that they had, which is quite cool. So without any further ado, I'll crack this open off camera as I want to preserve the tabs as best as I can, because I want to keep this one as mint as possible too. And it can be a finicky job, so I won't bore you with me tearing away at the tabs. So I'll come back in a jiffy. Alrighty, so I took the first tab off. I am going to preserve this one on top however, but I can, I think, squeeze it out of the packaging this way. And it is quite cool as well. It has that kind of transparently foil over the top, which is quite cool. But now let's just get inside the box and take a look at the console itself. So sliding it out, we do get a bit of information such as 300 points redeemable. I'll cover my code up so I can redeem that later on, which is quite cool. And obviously the precautions manual that you get with everything and instructions as well. And then also we do have that kind of cool little cardboard box with the Triforce logo at the bottom. And taking the console out, you can actually see that you can somehow bend those little tabs out and create a little custom stand for it, so it kind of sits in there like that, which I will however not be doing because like I said, I want to keep this as pristine and mint as possible, even though I am getting another one. Normally I don't have too much interest in playing with these kinds of things. I only take them out every now and then just to, you know, relive the good old memories of Game & Watches back in the day, but most of the time they just sit on the shelf looking pretty. And here on top, if you undo this little tab up here, you get the USB-C charging cable, which is quite nice. Very short, but it obviously gets the job done. And it is nicely hidden up top in here. But we're all here for one thing and one thing only, and that is to have a look at this console. And so taking it out, here it is. That is quite cool. I really do like this vibrant green color. It's very, very poppy. Kind of pops out at you with this awesome kind of gold accent at the front. That does look cool. Now flipping it towards the back, not much there, just a serial number and a bit of information, but you do have this kind of little embossed kind of Triforce logo there as well, which is quite cool. And obviously down one side you do have the USB charging port right there, as well as the power button, which we are going to activate now. There it is. Wow, that is quite cool. I'm pretty sure this screen is some kind of LED screen or LCD screen, but it is quite vibrant and contrasty, and it does actually pop at you quite nicely. And I do like that kind of load screen that you get on here. We won't set the time because that's pretty useless at the time being, as I won't be using it as a watch system, more of a game system. That's what I'm after. And now by pressing the game button, oh, so we do have to press the time button, and that kind of loads. And there's that kind of watch thing that you can kind of sit on your nightstand or whatnot and, you know, keep time and alarms and stuff like that. But we're not here for that, we're more interested in having a quick squiz at the games. And so by pressing that game button, we are taken to a load screen where you get to choose between Zelda, Zelda 2 and Zelda Link's Awakening, as well as Vermin. So we'll just quickly have a quick squiz at Zelda. The speaker is quite nice, and you know, it's obviously not the greatest speaker you can get due to the fact that it is such a thin console, but the sound is pretty good. And then obviously if you press your pause and set button, it will take you to the kind of the brightness screen, as well as the volume, which we can kind of increase with a D-pad. And the screen does actually get quite bright, even if I say so myself, so that's quite cool. I do like that. But now let's just have a quick look at what the game actually looks like. Obviously it's an old NES title, so there is lots of reading. So just quickly get into that. Done and done. So all in all, I do like this kind of little gadget. Like obviously, yeah, it's nothing spectacular, but it is quite a nice commemorative little item that you can keep as far as, you know, celebrating Zelda's 35th anniversary, that sort of thing. So I do like that. So then, now we'll just kind of go into Zelda's Link's Awakening. We'll have a look at that. First thing I have noticed, however, is that it is the original Game Boy version and not the color version, because I'm pretty sure there was a Link's Awakening released on the Game Boy Color, so I'm not sure why they chose a Game Boy version, which is kind of the bluish kind of green tinge to it, rather than the color one, when in fact this is full color. So that's a bit of a strange kind of thing for Nintendo to do, but you know, they obviously have their reasons as always. So that's Link's Awakening on there. It's always nice to get, you know, 3 little titles on here that you can play. You know, it's certainly better than what the original Game Boy screens looked like, so that's quite cool too. But obviously with Nintendo expanding on the Nintendo Online, I'm guessing they will kind of start bringing out a lot of the Game Boy Color games on that console, on that virtual console. So I'm pretty sure that's why they released this kind of version rather than the color version. They probably saved the color version for the online. So that's cool too. And then we'll go to the Vermin. Have a quick squiz at Vermin. So yeah, that's pretty much Vermin, and it's a pretty basic game. You just kind of whack them all wherever they kind of pop up. But on the original game, it was just a generic kind of looking guy, but here they actually made that little guy to resemble Link, which is quite cool. Hey, I'm getting into this. This is quite fun. Oh, damn. Yeah. So when I was young, I did actually have a Game and Watch. It was probably my first introduction to Nintendo, as far as I remember. Absolutely no idea which one it was, but I am thinking it was Bowl, because I kind of do remember catching bowls or something like along those lines. Mind you, I was probably about 7 or 8 years old when, you know, I did get it, before I actually ended up getting my NES. So for me, as a, you know, 36-year-old man, this is quite nostalgic to me. And obviously, at the moment, I do not have any original games and watches, as they are pretty hard to find and very expensive. But I am always on the lookout for them. So if I do ever find them that I can kind of afford, without, you know, paying an arm and a leg for them, because, you know, some of them are selling for like $300, $600, which I have no intentions of paying, even though the Game and Watches are quite cool. I don't really have huge memories of them. I'm more of a console gamer, and, you know, I didn't really grow up with Game Boys and handhelds. I was, yeah, like I said, into consoles and that kind of stuff, so that's what I feel most nostalgic towards. But nonetheless, it is quite cool to get some of these in the collection. And obviously, yeah, like I said, I will definitely try to get as many as I can through my collecting journey. But overall, I do like these little gadgets. However, this is the only thing we have seen so far as the Zelda's 35th anniversary. We haven't really had any announcement from Nintendo, so I guess they're keeping it a little bit of a secret. But we did get a sleuth of Mario stuff for his 35th anniversary, like clothing and, you know, all sorts of things, Lego and all that kind of stuff. So hopefully Nintendo follows suit what they did with Mario, because obviously Zelda and Mario are their probably biggest franchises, and probably the biggest franchises on the planet, may I add. So hopefully they do continue releasing these kind of anniversary things, because as a collector, I do love collecting them and finding them, and I always look forward to picking up something new. But yeah, that'll do me for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. It's a bit of an overview, not really a review as such, just an overview of the new Zelda Game & Watch. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. If you did, please consider subscribing, give it a thumbs up, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!